morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's 4 o'clock a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. Fortunately, the gym was not open yesterday for me to go to. Um, I just wanted to share something real quick that me and my wife were talking about last night. And, um, I had confessed something to her, and I do it periodically. And I said, Rick, sometimes I get sad. I said, that's why I call her Rick. Her name's Ricky. I said, sometimes I get sad and I feel alone, you know? And I put so much time and effort into reconditioning my mind. I put so much time and effort into perfecting my craft. I put so much time and effort into implementing my systems. And I do this so that I can spend the second half of my life enjoying my family, or I can spend the second half of my life making decisions based on what it is that I want to do. But I said I feel really lonely. So I think it's an occupational hazard when ultimately you strive to be better than average. When you're striving to be better than average, you're going to get feelings that are different than average. You're going to get feelings that don't feel so good. You're going to get moments when it feels like maybe it's not going to happen. You get moments when you go to the gym and then you come home, you take your shirt off, you take your clothes off, you look in the mirror and you're like, shit, it ain't changed. That psychologically plays on the mind. It psychologically plays on the mind. It's what people call a mind fuck, right? I mean, it literally gets in there and it twists the mind. That's why it's important to be conscious of what it is that your mind is doing, the games that it plays. Because you gotta remember something. What you see isn't always what you see. It's what you think, what you believe. And I said, maybe I was just vocalizing it. Maybe I was just, sharing what I thought. But I said, it gets me to the point where I just want to lay down. I want to mentally, emotionally lay down. Psychologically lay down. Had it not been for my training, and when I say by training, meaning my psychological marathon that I've been on of studying, I don't think I would have had enough knowledge or enough understanding of what I was going through to keep going. Because it's rough. It's literally rough. Yesterday, I stayed at the office. I did everything I was supposed to do. I had a very productive day. I can't remember the last time I had a productive day like that. And it felt good. But then I got in my car and I went to go see a client. And I remember stopping at different places and seeing people with their families wearing flip-flops. When you're chilling, when you got flip-flops. When the whole damn family got flip-flops on, you're chilling. And everybody had flip-flops on. And I started thinking, what's today? I should have known by the fact that when I got on the freeway yesterday, there was not one car. I should have known when I got to the gym and it was closed what yesterday was. It was a holiday. Whatever Labor Day means. If you ain't got no job, I don't know why you taking off Labor Day. But I couldn't help but think that I was missing my family. I was sacrificing for my family. I was sacrificing for me. I gave up that day off to put a day in. It's lonely. There's a couple truths that will push anybody through if you just accept them up front. It's going to be lonely, and it ain't going to be easy. And you're going to want to quit more than 5 times a day. But if you accept these facts, If you accept these facts, you will start reinforcing them with the knowledge and experience of people who have done it before you. You'll seek them out. You'll look for them. You'll look for them because you'll want to know how they dealt with it when they got in those moments. How did you deal with it? Because there's not one that's going to say, I wasn't alone. And I can say why it's lonely. Because when you think about all the great minds of the past, it wasn't two of them. It was always one. Martin Luther King, one. Abraham Lincoln, one. It wasn't Abraham Lincoln and Martha, or George Washington and Martha. It was George Washington going up against the British. It wasn't Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. It was Martin Luther King. That was his wife. She was a huge influence in the backside of things. But ultimately, it was his mind, his thinking, his brain that propelled past those levels of wanting to quit. It's a lonely game. It's a lonely process. But we do it because we listen to that little voice inside of us. And we do it because we have an obligation to ourselves. We have an obligation to our families. But it's a lonely game. But if you accept those three things, you're going to want to quit. It's going to be lonely. And the work is hard. It's not physical labor. See, physical labor is one thing. Anybody can do physical labor because you can see results of your physical labor. If I say, hey, come move all these rocks from my yard, I'll pay you. Well, you can slowly see your work being progressed. And you know at the end of your work, there's a guaranteed paycheck. So you can see your progress. And you can know that after you're done with this last pile, your paycheck and your reward is coming. But the mental game, you can't see it. Because you're with yourself all the time. You can't see the progression. And since nobody's guaranteed you a paycheck, you don't know that you're going to get paid for your work. So it's hard work. It's not labor. It's mental. 3 things. It's going to be lonely. Accept that. It's going to be hard. Accept that. You're going to want to quit. Keep those 3 in mind. You'll have a great day. God bless. Peace out.